Well, let's get more now on the Kenyan election story. We cross to our correspondent, Sarah Kimani. She's in Nairobi. Sarah, good afternoon to you. So we've heard from the AU on yesterday's results after that rerun election, which most have called a sham, and observer missions, including the AU, have been highly criticized for their role or a lack thereof in these elections. Take us through what they had to say, Sarah.
Well, at this time, we found that President Mbeki, who is the head of the African Union Elections Observer Mission, was very cautious. He said that they had observer missions across the country, but there are areas where, because of security reasons and logistical reasons, they had to scale down. But he says that they were able to observe the voting, the counting, and the tallying process here in Nairobi at the National Tally Center. And he said he noted, and the Elections Observer Mission noted, that there have been a lot of changes to how the Electoral Commission conducted the election this time compared to how they conducted in August, saying that there was that determination to adhere to the Supreme Court ruling that nullified the August elections, terming them to have contained illegalities and irregularities. However, President Mbeki was very categorical that it was too soon to declare whether the elections was free, fair and credible, and instead saying the mission will be releasing a final report later this year.
All right, but what happens next, Sarah? I mean, most likely the results will be contested in the courts, but could there be more of a backlash than just a judicial battle?
Yes, and indeed, President Mbeki alluded to that. He said that it is likely that President Kenyatta's second-term victory, overwhelming victory of 98%, but with a turnout of 38.9% of voters, is going to be challenged in court. And he asked those who may have problems, or those who may have grievances with the way the elections was conducted and with the final outcome, to move to court. He said that it is at this point that Kenya must come together and avoid anything that would slip the country into post-election violence or into tensions, and especially because there are pupils who are sitting the examinations and the country is on the edge.
All right, and
later this afternoon, in about an hour's time, yeah,
we'll be hearing from Raila Odinga.
We expect that later this afternoon, former Prime Minister and opposition leader Raila Odinga will be issuing a statement just giving his reaction to the declaration of Kenyatta as winner of the elections. We still do not know what he will say, but we know that since he changed the National Super Alliance to the National Resistance Movement, a lot of what he says will be involved in moving forward now for the opposition is civil disobedience, which includes riot, protests, picketing, and also boycotting some of the products that they feel their companies have supported President Kenyatta's re-election.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for now. Our Sarah Kimani in Nairobi with an update on what the AU's response has been to those rerun elections in Kenya.